YouTube, what's going on? Sorry, I'm not using the little tripod for this video. I wanted to start this video out with this Greenlight County Road Series 5 Fox Body Mustang. Maybe the most accurate, well done piece that Greenlight has ever put out. I think this car has to be in that discussion. It just totally looks amazing. Look at that. Look at the lines, the detail, tampoed lens, headlights and taillights. Just amazing. The wheels look amazing. This is back when Greenlight was really making great stuff. Not so much anymore. They still do okay, but nothing like they did. So, anyways, kind of odd that I'm featuring this car in this video because this is a Greenlight Ford, and the video is going to be about Johnny Lightning Chevys. I found this gone fishing Chevy Caprice wagon. Look at the wood grain on this thing. Just a beast. I have two others. Same tool, which I'll get into here. Let's just take another spin around of this thing. Just awesome. So here's another one. Same tool. This is the Demolition Derby. This car has actually kind of become a cult classic as far as Johnny Lightning goes, just because it's part of the Demolition Derby release. I think the Demolition Derby car and the Project in Progress are probably the two most nostalgic, maybe the most sought after Johnny Lightning series that have come out. I also have it over here from the Wicked Wagons. Same tool there. That's another really nice piece, really nice detail. Unfortunately, that one and the Demo Derby are not real riders. The new hit Gone Fishing is, but as you can see in the background here, this is all Johnny Lightning Chevrolet. So let's take a look. We've got a Silverado here from the Series 1 Gone Fishing. Really what I wanted to do here is showcase all of the awesome Chevrolets that Johnny Lightning has put out. I think Johnny Lightning really is way ahead of the pack with the different models that they put out for Chevrolet. Some of these cars are just so unique, you just don't see them with any other brand. This Impala you will see with some other brands, but not nearly as well done in my opinion. Let's see if I can get it in some light here. That car is just awesome. It's got the gray interior, which is authentic to what the car would have had back in 95 or 96. I think this only came out for 1 or 2 years, and they're actually pretty expensive to buy right now if you can even find them. But just an awesome car from Johnny Lightning. And I guess we'll just work our way around here. We've got this, what looks to be maybe a 65 or a 66. Oh, where's the lens? There we go. '65 Chevelle. That's a pretty cool car there. That was Tommy era. This Monte Carlo here. Another really cool car that I think actually Hot Wheels did bring this car out. But obviously the Hot Wheels isn't nearly as detailed as the Johnny Lightning. This one is great. Great detail. You've got all the trim around the windows detailed. It is metal on metal with rubber tires, headlight and tail light detail, opening hood. Indicators are detailed. Just an awesome car. That is a Chevy Monte Carlo. Not sure what year that would have been. I guess it's a 2002 Chevy Monte Carlo. That came in a then and now pack with this 1970 Chevy Monte Carlo, which is also metal on metal with rubber tires and also has great detail. All the trim, rocker panel, headlights, taillights, even the wheels. Really cool Monte Carlo there. Back here we have a Chevy Monza, which this is a newer Johnny Lightning. This is part of the round 2, but I really like this one. I think this casting has been out before, but it just looks really good with the just the trim along the side, the white wall, white letter tires. The wheels look great, but I really like this right here. Let me get my pointer here. This thing right here really gives it a cool look. Now that is a separate piece. It is not part of the casting. So I would imagine you'd have to treat this with a little bit of care. Probably the same amount of care as you'd have to treat any Johnny Lightning car that has a spoiler on it. Also, a newer round 2 release from Johnny Lightning is this Chevy Vega station wagon. Very, very cool car. Little 2-door station wagon, metal on metal, rubber tires. All of these cars here are metal on metal with rubber tires except for the 65 Chevelle. Another Chevy Vega that is also metal on metal with rubber tires from the Dukes of Hazzard TV show is this one here, which has some awesome white steelies. You've got the livery from the television show and all of the great detail from Johnny Lightning. This is a RC2 era. So it's like the very tail end of Johnny Lightning before Tommy bought them and finished them off. Here's another round 2 modern. This is from last year's relaunch. I think this is a 66. '67 Chevelle. Very similar to the Auto World Chevelle. But if you do a side-by-side comparison, there really is no comparison. The Auto World is head and shoulders above this, which is really saying something because this is a really, really nice car. It's a very well done casting. A lot of great detail on this car. So there's that. I found at the toy show in March, it's an annual toy show, happens every year down in Tucson. There was a vendor that had a bunch of these old Johnny Lightnings, so I picked up a couple of these. This is a 55 Chevy. Now, when you compare this to the 50, what year is the M2? 56. This is quite a bit smaller, but this is the original. You know, M2s weren't even around, or weren't even really close to being around, because this is playing Mantis era. What is the copyright date? 2000. And these little Chevys are awesome. Look at that top. It's a textured soft top convertible. That is a separate piece. So you want to be careful with that you don't drop it. White wall tires. Just looks awesome. And this red one is kind of the same thing. I'm pretty sure this is the same. Yeah. Same casting. Basically the same thing, just a different color. Yeah, red and black. So a couple of awesome Chevys there. This one here, this is a 69 Chevy Impala. This is, I don't know. This I think is the RC2 era, but I could be wrong. It could be plain Mantis. This is a White Lightning, though. You can tell because the interior and the base. I don't care that much about the White Lightning. The only White Lightnings I get excited about are white tires, or the new ones that they've been putting out with the white. It's like a pearlescent white paint and white tires. Those things look great. Great chase cars. Really hard to find. Here's one. This was an expensive one to get, but excuse me. I had to get it though because it's a 1981 Chevy Malibu. And there is no other diecast company that does this car. It's very kind of much like resembles the Homer. My wife drives a Malibu. So, I don't know. I just like the Chevy Malibu. Really cool little car. These Malibus are not, they're not cheap to get. And this is plastic-based plastic tires. And it still will cost you, probably shipped, at least $15. Maybe even upwards of $20. This is kind of a cool, quirky Johnny Lightning. This is the original Papa John's Camaro. It is licensed both with Chevrolet and Papa John's. So just your little standard pizza delivery cart. It is plastic base, plastic tires, but you do have the cool Papa John's magnet light on top there. So that's a pretty cool car, and it's got really nice detail on it. Let's see. I'm going to take the camera up to the dealership now. Another one of my favorites, the GMC Typhoon. Chevy Blazer. It's an S10 Blazer. It's souped up. I think the Typhoon was supercharged. These are prototypical wheels. So those are the actual wheels that the car would come with. And it's a very, very well done, another very well done Johnny Lightning Chevrolet. As is this. This thing is amazing. And this was just re-released recently in the Gone Fishing Series 2. Not sure what year that is, but that is an old K5 Blazer. Another one of my favorites, this little Chevy Citation. A really good friend of mine growing up, his dad drove one of these things. And yeah, just a really cool little car. Little ugly as sin. It's a little hatchback. Hot Wheels actually did the Citation. They actually did a really good job with it, but doesn't have nearly the detail. This is opening hood. I mean, look at the grill. This is just great, great detail. Now, this one is plastic based, but it does have rubber tires with tread. I think this one is Tomei era. I think pretty much anything with a plastic base is going to be Tomei. Moving along. I was going to try and roll it on top of the Impala. Actually, still going to try to do that. Here is the the Tahoe, or as the Canadians call it, the Tahoe. This is an old Plain Mantis casting. So really awesome. It doesn't have prototypical wheels, but they are pretty close. But just a great looking vehicle. I think they really got pretty close to the actual look of the Tahoe. This is almost identical to what a mid-1990s Chevy Tahoe would look like. In this case, 1997. Most people's favorite Johnny Lightning car in my collection, or the one I get the most compliments on, is this guy right here. This is... and I already forgot what kind of car this is. It's a Chevelle wagon. This is part of the projects in progress, and I think that's why a lot of people really dig it. It's metal on metal with plastic tires, but the livery on it with the primer and the, I don't know, just the rust and the primer and the writing on the windows. It's a very, very sought after Johnny Lightning casting. Really, really cool piece. Probably a piece that should be in any Johnny Lightning enthusiast's collection. And then getting to the last few, I'll bring these cars over. This is a 1969 and a 1980. I don't know, I'll call it 89. If it's not an 89, it's close. But 69 Camaro and then your 1980s Camaro, both the same color. These are both metal on metal with rubber tires, with tread. Both are very detailed. Let's see there. Very awesome little cars. And then if you look at the driver's side, you can see these are both Toy Fair exclusives from the 2000 Toy Fair. So those are pretty cool. They're really heavy cars. The base on these is metal, and it's like I wouldn't call that polished. Maybe I would. I don't know. Polished chrome. But really cool cars there. Here's one that kind of goes with the S10 Typhoon, the white Typhoon back there at the parked up at the building. This is the pickup version of the souped up S10 truck, which is the Cyclone. These are fairly collectible in real life as well. Both of those are pretty collectible. And then everybody knows about this. This is Series 1 Gone Fishing. Just an old Chevy pickup. Roached out. They did a good job on that truck, giving it that weathered look. So that's it. Very low quality on the video. Shaky camera, scratchy voice, pause, coughing pauses, stuff like that. But the content, hopefully you can all appreciate the diecast. Chevrolet, not my favorite automaker, but one of my favorite Johnny Lightning brands to collect, just because they did so many awesome Chevy cars and trucks. So many of them. And this is just a small little collection. There's so many more out there that I don't have. But the newest addition to it is this here Caprice, which I think is the nicest station wagon in my Johnny Lightning collection to this point, with the possible exception of the Chevelle. And that's it. That's the video. I was just kind of looking at these. You know, what I was doing is I was looking because most of these are hanging up on the wooden racks that I have up in my loft. And I just started noticing, I'm like, wow, I have a lot of those are Chevy. Probably like a third of all of them that I have up there are Chevrolets. So I figured I would just do a Chevy video. I couldn't do a Ford video like this. There's just not enough of them. Plus, with Ford, you know, you don't have the cool, unique castings like the Citation and the 81 Malibu and the Typhoon and Cyclone. And, of course, that 95 Impala. You just don't have that kind of stuff from Ford. And you definitely don't have the station wagons. So that's it. That's the video. Nothing too fancy, but I really wanted to showcase this car again. We'll just bookend the video with the Greenlight Fox body. This thing is really a gem. Imagine what the Green Machine would sell for. I bet that's at least $100 bill. If you can even find it. Very cool. That car needs an Instagram presence, so I'm going to do that. But thank you everybody for checking it out. Hopefully this weekend I can throw another video up with some other cool diecast cars in it. I know I've done a whole bunch of the Kyosho and Tomica the past few months, and just wanted to show some Johnny Lightnings, show everybody that I still into the American stuff as well. And I think I'm probably due for some more extensive Greenlight videos. So I really think coming down the pipe here, I'm gonna do maybe. I've done these like in the early days of the channel. I did a County Roads video, a Hot Pursuit video, you know, each one of those, and I think my collection for Greenlight has at least doubled since I did those. So I might get back and do a couple of those videos again. So stay tuned for that, and I will holler at the next video. Happy Friday, and I'll talk at you all this weekend, I'm sure. Have a good night.